The hijacker's passport was found blocks from the World Trade Center crash site, if you can believe that. If you can believe that. If you can believe that.
I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible. And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake. Because it looks so fake. Because it looks so fake. Because it looks so fake.
So if you're new to this, you know, flat earth, what's all that about? Well, people like myself, you know, started to question the validity of the claim that we were born into, that we lived on a globe. And through a process of understanding what, you know, science is and what's an acceptable process of providing proof, the globe is an absolute joke. It's a total cartoon, fallacious nonsense, held up by sophistry and images. The only place that anybody experiences a globe earth is on a TV screen. Everybody in their practical reality understands that they are on a level plane. That is being suspended and ignored because you have institutions who are offering you imagery and insisting that it is so. Reality tells you something totally different. Okay, so people like me refuse the globe. Flat earth is just a term that is used. Obviously, it's a term that's been hijacked and it's been used to implant false ideas of what flat earth means into the populace. So we have idiotic cartoons and straw man maps and models of pizza dishes flying about the vacuum of space with an edge that you can fall off and all this ridiculous nonsense. Just as ridiculous as the globe cartoons. The flat earth cartoons and the globe cartoons are one and the same, probably come from the same people. People like me are realists. The reality of my situation is I was born into this world, whatever the fuck it is, this area, whatever it is, and assumed and believed that, you know, what I was told about where I lived was true. But through a process of your life, you realise lies that have been told, you realise propaganda, you realise governments are corrupt and that they fucking barefaced lie to you. So looking at this was no different. I had to be honest with myself and try and prove it to myself, and I failed miserably. And so does everybody else that tries to prove the globe, because it's impossible. The only thing they have is sophistry, i.e. fancy language and images, and that's as far as it goes. So, you know, through that process of looking at it, you realise that it's bullshit. So it leaves you in a position of, well, what's next? You know, for me, there has to be full exploration. We have restricted areas, we have border controls, we have definite, you know, patrolling of certain areas that the general populace is not allowed near. So for me, in order to establish the full dimensions of the earth, it must be explored. That means everybody opened and looking at it, the scientific community, whatever the fuck that is, because there is no real scientific community in the world of real science. We have religious control, which has always dominated society. The religious priests who offered us the Big Bang and heliocentrism were just that, religious priests. You know, a mechanism of control, a false psychological foundation, i.e. where you think you are, what life's about, how we got here. This is why we have so many religions and spiritual ideas and philosophies and arguments about our existence, the origins of it, and how it came to be. So we have been sold a false narrative which has blinded us to who we actually are. This is why life doesn't make sense. This is why it's a confusion, and why they have this narrative of Big Bang accident chance zipping through the vacuum with no rhyme or reason to it. Totally fucking absurd. Just there to disorientate you, to keep you in fear and anxiety so that you will accept the bullshit that we call life. The main questions people should be asking themselves is, who are we? How did we get here? What is this place? If we don't have the answers to that, anything that we call a life, society, culture, they are ideas, concepts, fairy tales in the imaginations of human beings. That's it. Okay? So it's been used as a psychological control mechanism. You believe you're on a wee potato rock zipping through a vacuum, then there's no way off. There's nothing else to discover. You have to stay still and accept the bullshit and accept whoever's dominating and in control. That's what it's for. Human beings are curious. If they think there's more to discover, other areas, other possibilities, they will want to go there. So if you can remove that, that's where the globe comes in. Okay? There is no going to outer space. There's no ball or flat pizza dish zipping through a vacuum. The Earth is demonstrably level. 100%. We know this. We apply it in navigation, travel, construction. Okay? The geometry that we assume is planar. That's what we use. That's what we apply. Place is covered in liquid. Liquid has characteristics to it. The main one, liquids will take the shape of their container, not the exterior of shapes and objects. Totally preposterous. You can't bend a body of water and have it display and maintain the bend. Absolutely preposterous. There's level, 100%. We're not in a vacuum. We're not zipping through a vacuum. And if we are in a vacuum, I can guarantee you through demonstrable practical reality that the only way that is possible for us to live in a pressurized gaseous environment adjacent to a vacuum is if there's a solid separation between the two of them. Fact. Everybody's practical, demonstrable, applied reality tells you these things. So these have been thrown out and ignored, ridiculed, because an institution can produce an image. The image shows you different to what reality is. You don't throw out reality for a fucking image on a TV screen. So I don't care how sophisticated you think you are, how intelligent you think you are, how much money you've got, what your stature is or what you perceive it to be. I don't care if you're the fucking king of fucking Europe. I don't give a shit. You do not live on a spinning ball. Pressurized, zipping through a vacuum. That's how human beings find out what's true about the objective world. We demonstrate things to each other. So go and get a potato rock, demonstrate vast oceans bending around it, pressurize it, stick it in a fucking vacuum and show me how it all works. Fucking utter crap. See, just because religious dipshits have formulated a sophisticated argumentation that works on the gullible doesn't make it true. So that's the stance here. No cartoons, no fucking bullshit, objective reality, practicality. You can't demonstrate your claims in a practical fashion, you're a liar. Simple as that.